Assalamu alaikum. This is one of the many episodes of our glorious Algerian history.
Depuis que le monde est le monde, il n'y a jamais eu d'unité, ni à plus forte raison de souveraineté algérienne.
Alors que le Sahara n'a jamais été algérien, puisque l'Algérie n'a jamais existé.
L'Algérie n'existe pas, c'est une invention de la France, ma chère Léa.
Il n'y avait personne en Algérie quand on y a été en 1830. L'Algérie n'existait pas.
A bit confusing, right? We can start our answer to these people by mentioning something precise, which is the root of the Algerian Republican system. This is a very clear historical statement from 1733 saying that the Algerian state is governed by a republican system. The next document is more precise. This is a historical German book describing all world countries, their borders, and their government systems. Printed in 1721, it devoted a whole chapter to describe the Algerian state and its title, the Algerian Free or Independent State, and it describes its route up to the Numidians. This is a historical dictionary of the Ottoman state and the places that revolve around it or the countries that follow it. Printed in 1786, we read clearly in its introduction, Algeria, Tripoli, Tunis are all independent republics from the Ottoman Empire, and the latter does not have on them any control or sovereignty, but respect and loyalty. We read here about the Algerian Diwan, or what we call today the Parliament or the Senate. One of its authorities and competencies was discussing the Dey decisions to a point that the Dey was not able to take any decision without the Diwan's approval. So we're talking here about a nation well known to European historians as a republic. Read with me here. The Diwan of Algiers, who have already shaken off the Turks, which means that the Diwan was master of its decisions. If you want to take a look at some international treaties signed by Algeria as an independent republic, we can start in 1860. This is an international treaty between Algeria and Charles II, the King of Britain. It was done on April 23, 1662. The first clause says, "From this day and forward there will be a good and firm peace between His Majesty the King of Britain and the Basha, Diwan, and the governors of Algeria." This is another treaty done in the year 1682 and renowned in the year 1700 with the King of Britain as well. This one is a French correspondence talking about a peace treaty between the Algerian Republic and Sweden, signed by the Swedish Rear Admiral as an ambassador representative with full power in the year 1729. As we see here too, this one also named Algeria by the Algerian Republic. There is another treaty with Sweden that goes back to the year 1751. We can read here, "A treaty has been concluded with the Algerian Republic for the safety of Swedish ships, under which Sweden would give to the Dey arms and ammunition." We also have the peace treaty with the United States done in July 3, 1815. This is also the newspaper of international and regional events in Spain during August 1689. We read here, "The French have sent a noble ambassador benefiting the stature of the Algerian Republic." This is also the same event of the ambassador during the year 1689, documented in this French magazine that he came for a peace treaty with the Algerian Republic. This is the treaty signed with the Netherlands and the Algerian Republic during August 1730. The expression Algerian Republic is quite clear here, and this is an international treaty. There was another treaty with the Netherlands as well, 100 years before this date. It was titled the Peace Treaty between the Netherlands and the Algerian Republic on January 30th, 1626. Are there more treaties with other countries? Yes, there are. This one is with Hamburg and the Algerian Republic. On February 22nd, 1751, a peace treaty was agreed between the Dey Mohammed Basha, the Diwan, and the other members of the government of the Algerian Republic and the city of Hamburg, which is in Germany. The Hijri date was also recorded here, 26th of Rabi al-Awwal in the year 1164. If we also want to check out the Algerian envoys to some foreign countries during that period, I picked this example, which is a rare document dating back to the year 1684. It's a speech given by the Algerian ambassador Haj Jafar Agha in front of the French King Louis XIV in July 4th. What's important for us is the saying of the ambassador here in what it means. "I came to express the joy of our republic and my master the Dey for restoring peace between our two countries." We can also check out another envoy to the King of Britain in the year 1713, where he gave a speech and said, "Your good behavior with the Republic of Algiers prompted His Excellency the Dey, my master, in addition to all the respected members of our Diwan, to give me orders to come here to maintain peace between our countries forever." This is a glimpse of the speeches of our ambassadors and envoys that show the seniority of the republican system in our country. In addition to these documents, this one shows the characteristics of the Ottoman Empire relationship with Algeria. It emphasizes that it doesn't go beyond loyalty and friendship. We have here a historical testimony saying from the customs of the Turkish sultans that if one of them took power, he would send gifts to the Algerian Republic in the form of military hardware because the Turkish administration find itself forced to do so to keep the Algerian Republic as a friend that should be protected. So in one sentence, you can see the Turkish administration, the Algerian Republic, and you can also find the type of the relation, which is friendship that should be protected. We can also check out this document where 48 boxes of gold were paid to the Dey from the Sultan of Marrakesh, Ismail al-Allawi, in the year 1682. They were all given to the Republic of Algiers. We can leave this to a different research topic. And let's finish now with this important historical testimony. We read here, in the War of Algeria against Britain, the British seized 26 Algerian ships while the Algerians seized 350 British ships. The Algerian Republic would not have ended that war with Britain had it not been for the French declaration of war against Algeria in that same period. He also said the British paid the peace with the Algerians with a big amount of money and quantities of military ammunition that the Algerians needed. The peace with Algeria was very important for the British commerce. We emphasize on this part of the story that the Algerian Republic wouldn't stop the war with the British if France didn't intervene. And all these historical documents show clear evidence on the Diwan, a clear evidence on the independence and sovereignty of Algeria, and a clear evidence on the Algerian Republican system 200 years before its adoption by the French themselves. I hope this was an addition to your historic knowledge.